Beneath me, on a terrace beside the creek, the only signs of life are the cheery glow of the kerosene lamp at the window of the hut, and a finger of smoke rising from the chimney, layering into gentle wisps above the fledgling poplar row. I breathe in the scene of our rugged bush block and the receding ridges of the Rokumara range. I cannot imagine what awaits me far beyond. I wander through the fire-blackened stumps, shut two killers in the woolshed pen, unlace my boots and head inside to Eva's cooking. Leaving a fitful night's sleep, I sit on the step in the early mist and spit and stroke my blade, then cut the throats of the waiting sheep, punch off their skins, haul out their guts, and hang them from the rough-hewn rafters to await my folks' return. As the sun stabs its rays through the whiteness, I saddle up and ride out of the Waiaweka, perhaps forever. Chapter 5. In the Shadow of Death. 22nd of May, 1916. Extinguishing the candle, we sneak snatches of sleep in our boots and filthy battle kit. I am pleased for our good news shelter in the few trees, affording us miraculous protection. The Germans are only a stone's throw away across no man's land. I don't know how long I slept before a terrific barrage woke me up. I am convinced our digs will go at any second. We pretend to sleep amongst the heavy roar of explosions and shaking ground, finally giving up when a direct hit blasts earth and timber from our walls. We just sit silently as more blasts hit. Nobody mentions the tomb our hole could easily become. At some stage in the blackness of our hole, I am roughly shaken awake and shoulder tapped to go over the parapet. Pleased to leave this trap with no time to think, I join a party of 12 men and an officer to move along and slip over into inky, eerie no man's land to erect barbed wire. Sandwiched between the two armies, our work is a nervy affair. In these flat lands we are easily spotted, silhouetted against the sky. I fear the star shells most, lighting up the whole country as if in daylight, bright enough to see the German lines. Swiftly following machine gun strafes spit at the ground and send us diving desperately to the dirt, every muscle tense with apprehension. As the hours go by, we waste less time flattened to the ground. Out in the open, a man holds the wire coil while another two move away, unrolling. Then we erect the barriers, waiting for the next flare to go up and put us in the spotlight. Here and there we come across an unnerving German body lying in the darkness. I cautiously try to rouse the fallen man, who seems to move a little, but he is as stiff as a board, and it is only the rats at his stomach. Fat, old corpse rats are king and live alongside the men, chewing on anything they can, alive or dead. A big fellow nibbles the cheese I stick to the end of my bayonet. They're the only ones thriving here, in their thousands. If we stick one with a bayonet, another half-dozen cannibals are on it straight away. Chapter 16. Passchendaele, Damned Passchendaele. 16th of October 1917. The rain starts again. We get the bad news our platoon is going to the front line. With 15 platoon in support 100 yards to our rear, we have drawn the short straw. We find our new frontline shell hole homes. They are a shallow 2 foot deep with scraped out sleeping holes. We are in a nervy position. In front of us, looming as the great giant, is Passchendaele, a hill that has cost us many lives. Hundreds of unburied corpses are spread all about, floating in flooded craters, trapped in mud or blown into unrecognisable pieces. The bones of dead men show clearly, picked over by rats and washed white by the rain. This time it appears we have not had the time to bury our own. Not a sign of nature remains. Every tree lies uprooted by shellfire. During the night, old Fritz opens up in reality, walloping in his 5.9s and whiz-bangs. His range is right on us, and I cannot imagine anyone will be left alive by the morning. It's solid on the nerves, my ears have gone. I've never been subjected to such direct shellfire. I have the wind up. I am still alive in the morning, I do not know how. I had some of the closest shaves of my life. We cannot move in the daylight, every slight movement and over they come again. The enemy airplanes have absolute dominance. Showers of rain keep us cold, wet through and plastered with mud. My feet are wet and sore. We are running short of rations. We cannot safely stand up for more than a few seconds. The day passes slowly with the thought of another night in our minds. In such an exposed position we take heavy losses. Dead and wounded men mount up beside us. I am much in need of our 2 rum rations. It warms a man up. In the night it rains and blows while old Fritz shells us heavily. At some stage a 5.9 comes in right on target without warning. Our earth home explodes around us. I am suddenly suffocating under the heavy pressure of mud, completely buried by the blast. I think my time has come. In the last struggle to push out of this tomb, my thrashing around gets my head out and I scrape the mud off my face for a breath of air. I have come off best of all. I set to with my spade. We drag 2 shocked men out alive. The 3rd man, poor Evans, is limp, killed by the percussion. I bury him alongside. Early the next evening we hear the joyful noise of men ploughing through the mud. The 17th Ruahines arrived to relieve us. Only a dozen men of my platoon are left.